one more thing I want to know: the West Bank and Jerusalem. Yeah, Jerusalem, West Bank. Since 1972, more than 650,000 and occupiers there, more than 255 settlements.
Settlements.
These all are in international law. This is illegal. Why the international community are silent? The illegal occupation continually happening, and since 1972, even after the agreement happened. Why?
You see, it was the United Nations which created this monster. You see, it's Palestine. So it's with the British support, with the American support, Russian support, that is Soviet Union at that time, French support, they brought in the Jews, settled there. That settlement is very important. Even the Oslo agreement between Palestinians and Israelis, settlement was not discussed. Oslo agreement virtually sell out here. Settlement, bringing more and more Jews and increasing number. Now what's happening now? Ukrainian Jews are brought in here. They are given top priority to settle down there. Already they are making settlements for them Jews. They want to increase the number. Now we must remember these are the only entity which created illegally by legalizing illegal things. Now I tell you, giving Palestine to Israel, is it legal? Illegal. They are occupiers. They committed so many massacres, genocides, yet, and the United Nations decided to divide the Palestine and give part of it to Israel. It's okay, that given. But are they living within that border? No. Then in 1967, then with the 100% cooperation, coordination, and support of America, Britain, France, and Europe, Russia, they invaded and captured West Bank, Golan Heights, Gaza, and then Sinai, and all the places here. And then it is illegal. Even today in the paper, everywhere they say occupied. But the reality is changing there every day. When you go and settle a person, backed by America, backed by the West, so and then what can the ordinary man do? In the paper, it is occupied. In the paper, it is illegal. Now, see, United Nations last month declared apartheid state. Who cares? But so, the Jews, they have a very strong grip on the political establishments in America. Look, is there any American president who dare say you Jews, you are illegal, you are wrong, you are committing mistake, you are committing atrocities on Palestine? No. That is a grip the Jews have on American politicians, British politicians, French and Russian politicians. So, see, they are backed in this crime. Now, you see, Ukraine, when Russia sent its troops to Ukraine, look the amount of, the sanction, this, that, everything they did here. What did they do to Palestinians in Palestine for Israeli crimes? Nothing. They support.
Yeah,
Obama wanted to please, for example, Obama wanted to please Zionist lobby. He said, I will make Israel, Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. He was almost making it there. And Donald Trump recognized it. So in the face of Jewish power, the Western politicians are nothing. Do you think that, Joe Biden, President of America, can make one statement about the wrong side of is Jews? No, they can't. But in the meantime, to the Jewish advantage, the rulers in the Middle East are also puppets installed by these very same Western countries. 22 puppets.
Yeah,
we'll come back to. So that is why this is that is the problem with why Palestinians are fighting for the Masjid Al-Aqsa alone.
Yeah, it's very clear, West are hypocrites, and they are very clearly, they are double-faced when it's come to Palestinian or when it's come to Israel. Totally two-faced all over the history of United Nations.
Hypocrisy is the worst of hypocrisy.
Yeah, and there is a big mistake. People are claiming United Nations can give the solution to Palestinian problem. And what is your opinion on that?
Do you believe United Nations, we must admit, at that time, the time of the partition, United Nations, the 1948, United Nations, in America, large number of top American officials top. I mean, they were against it. They said it's illegal, it's injustice. We are just jumping a group of people there. And now, for example, in the West Bank, 100% it was Palestinian land. They were all kicked out. They were put in lorries and brought and dumped in the East Asia, and they took over. The West supported. So United Nations is lost its luster. It is no more an effective one. They can talk, they can pass resolution, that's it. So in
So
the especially when it comes to Middle East, they can only pass resolutions. That's it. They
where,
can't.
yeah, where the solution
They,
can come to
sorry,
Palestine?
brother, United Nations will never be able to bring any solution to Palestinian problem.
Yeah,
So
very.
so long the Middle East is ruled by despots. We don't get one single leader. Now, for the last 1 month, Palestinians are fighting out. Did anyone speak out? Did any other Middle East
This is
leader?
my
But
next
say
question.
one more thing I want to tell you.
Hmm.
Remove these leaders and allow the people, within 1 week, they will finish up everything. People,
Yeah.
350 million people, the
Oh,
Arabs,
yeah, this
they
is
are, they
another.
are, they are powerless.
Yeah, and Israeli and the Western powers are, I think, succeeded to normalize the relationship between Israeli and many Arab countries. And we can see UAE, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, and many countries are normalizing business relationship and even the, I think, what is called diplomacy and everything. And they can keep silence. Okay. And you mentioned Palestinian people can solve the problem.
If the
Yes.
people are allowed,
People
if
allow.
if there are 10% freedom, if the Muslims go in the entire Middle East, if they are given freedom to express themselves, freedom of action, freedom of talk, freedom of expression, you see, the Israel-Palestinian conflict is a different story. I tell you, I relaunched the Gulf News in Dubai 1979. I
Yeah.
took 10 people and then relaunched it. I lived there for 25 years in the Gulf. I would tell you, the Bedouins, Allah gave them wealth. They have nothing to do with Islam. Being a Muslim is a disqualification. Now you see in the entire UAE is mainly run by RSS fellow, Hindus. Not ordinary Hindus, RS Hindus. I work with the Gulf News. The Hindu is given priority than Muslims. The Muslim is not, it's a disqualification there. You see that is the situation there. And now Modi, for example, killed 2,500 people in 2002 February in Gujarat. And he was given such a rousing welcome in Dubai. These Dubai, the Gulf rulers, they were lost all sense of this dignity, self-respect, everything.